Got a nice note from our buddy Nick Shuley from the Third and Longhorn podcast. He's the star of the Third and Longhorn podcast. Said, appreciate y'all's perspective on the game. Nice to hear reasonable humans. I spent the entire weekend having to answer YouTube comments from delusional fans, mostly Ohio State. I've lost all faith in humanity. Yeah, I mean, stay off the YouTube. You know, for a long time in the mornings in Austin, I've tried to be as much the voice of reason as possible, whether it's good or bad, temperate.
Good, bad, or ugly.
Good, bad, or ugly. And there's you got to go, because, you know, I understand fandom. Fans, they have an expectation. If their expectations aren't met, then they're mad.
Right.
And they're emotional. But, you know, that's why coaches are paid to be pragmatic and be problem solvers. There are going to be problems, especially in openers, and you go fix them. The fact that Texas had a game in which if their quarterback plays moderately better, you win by, as I said, I picked 23-16, and then if you show me the stat page afterwards, but not the score, I'm saying, man, I'm right. I of course, because if you said, you know, all the things I went through as far as, you know, total yardage and rushing yards and first downs and, you know, just the overall performance and negative plays, explosive plays allowed, and you said all that, but you didn't give me the score, I'd say, yeah, I still take my pick. I think Texas by 7-10 based on those numbers. Well, that's when you need better quarterback play. And somebody said Sark needs to let his offensive coordinator call plays inside the 10-yard line.
Maybe.
Yeah, well, can I just say, and it's not to pile on Arch, but if you go watch the overhead view of the quarterback sneak, I might be the only person that's going to say this, but if you watch the overhead view of the sneak, they ran it with C.J. Baxter on third down. They got to the half-yard line, and Sark felt like, okay, if we go fast and don't let them sub out, we can go quarterback sneak, and Arch can get a half yard. He's 6'3", he's 225 pounds. And what Ohio State did is Matt Patricia had his guys squeeze in, right? He had three defensive linemen pretty much right between the guard and center gaps, you know, right in the middle, which means there's gaps to the outside of that. And Arch Manning decided to go straight, and all those guys did is go low and tunnel under the Longhorn offensive linemen, and his feet got taken.
They like reverse tush pushed essentially, and were falling legit in that side of the ball where he was on. He went to that way.
An experienced quarterback will look at that and say, well, if I slide to the right or left, back up a little.
See that right away.
They're going to go to the left or right. I'm going to have a gap, and all I got to do is find a crease. Now, again, that's why you go back to the film. That's why you do film study and learn. But even that I didn't think was a horrible play call by Sark. I really don't. And the next time they got down into the 8-yard line, your quarterback missed two throws that were wide open that he didn't throw.
Him at the feet.
One was incomplete because it was a bad pass, and one he didn't throw it to Ryan Wingo on a slant route that would have been a walk-in touchdown. So I'm not going to put that on Sark. His quarterback has to be and execute better, period. But yes, the red zone issues have to get fixed because Sark is now, he doesn't lose a lot of games at Texas, but now 2-7 against the elite competition.
Right.
Georgia, Ohio State twice, 1-1 against Bama, Washington. You got to win those games if you want to be a champion. Here's Sark real quick, more on the passing game and what improved as the game went on and what they can build on, but also what needs worked on.
I just think that, you know, rhythm in the passing game was one of them today, and they've got an excellent secondary. You know, if there's a strength on their team, you know, granted the receivers are really good, but they've got an excellent secondary, and they've got a good scheme, and they've got a very smart secondary, and so they made Arch work. I thought at halftime, Arch having a chance to really sit and look at the tape and understand some of the coverages they were playing, I think that helped him into the second half and play. And so there's, you know, we definitely can lean into that. And then ultimately, you know, we had opportunities to score points, and we didn't. And so we got to keep digging into our ability to score when we have our opportunities to do so. And we got to make a couple throws, we got to make a couple catches, we got to make a couple better calls. But that's, like I said, you know, those are things that are fixable for us, and I feel confident in that.
All right, go fix them. We'll hear Sark coming up next hour. Talk about the red zone nightmares that the Longhorns are having and Longhorn fans are having. It's now become, oh gosh, here we are. You're inside the 10. What's going to happen? Probably not good. Let's get some Noah Knows on a Monday morning, a Labor Day. Happy September 1. You may not know, but Noah does.
Well, if you're watching any of the pregame or listening to us at Doc's Backyard for the pregame, Lee Corso was a big emphasis of this week one matchup. Rightfully. 1987, first time he ever did the helmet, the headgear pick, and it was Ohio State, and he ended with Ohio State. He didn't just end with Ohio State and picking that right.
First love, he said.
First love, that's right. He went 6 for 6 in his main picks of all ranked teams, or going a ranked team going against an opponent that might not be ranked.
Who was the celebrity guest picker? Because I was in commute when that happened.
Was
there
there
one,
any?
or was just all Lee Corso?
I think it was all Lee Corso.
Okay, that would have been. Yeah, you make him the celebrity.
He's the
guest
celebrity.
picker.
Yeah, there was no
much.
celebrity. Lee's picks though. Listen to this.
I did get home in time to see him make the pick of the headgear.
He went with Brutus.
And by the way, props to Fox for simulcasting.
Yeah, that was cool.
That was classy.
That's yes,
right thing to do. He was good for college football.
Lee went for Tennessee. He picked Tennessee to beat Syracuse. He picked South Carolina to beat Virginia Tech. But here's where it really begins. He goes to his alma mater, where he was nicknamed the
Of course, he was going to take Florida State.
Well, it worked. Sunshine Scooter picked Florida State to beat Alabama. He picked the Miami Hurricane to beat up last night on Notre Dame. He picked LSU against Clemson, and he picked Ohio State against Texas. He ends out his picks 6-6. Fantastic run for Mr. Lee Corso. Right way to go out. I'm not surprised, of course.
Legend,
it kind of just meant to be, right?
You know what he gives me confidence in? That he's 90 years old now. And, as a kid, when you're growing up, and you probably think this, and Jack over there thinks that when you hit 50, man, you're getting old. Lee Corso didn't start doing TV till he was in his 50s.
That's true.
I'm 52. I'm kind of the same age. I'm like, man, I'm not done. Let's
Come
go.
on now.
Let's go.
Yeah, let's go.
There's no retirement, man. Let's do something different. Let's keep growing. I'm doing this YouTube thing now. I'm like, no, man. We're just
a lot of ball left.
Evolve,
a
and
lot
grow.
of ball left.
I can be like Lee Corso. All right, we'll come back. That's my inspiration. Thank you, Lee.